laboratories for testing. These might be the ugliest mutants I've ever seen.
Hey, what the? Yo, why does it look like Alien Kai Cenat? Oh, hell no, bro. Bro. My nigga got that Beeler retwist, man. Hell no. Ain't seen that movie in a minute.
Concentration camps. They've all been marked with these big ass M's just in case they try to blend in with the humans.
No, not you, Seamus.
And this place is insane. The
Bro,
amount of dead mutants
the
everywhere is crazy.
racism against mutants is always frying me, bro. Frying me. To be fair, I did watch. I do want to cover X-Men on the channel sometime as well. I did watch X-Men 1 recently, like within the last like 2 weeks. Sometimes I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes like you do need the precautions, but like the racism they got is absurd. Like I think it was Rogue. Like Rogue was dead, just kissing her high school crush. Killed that dead in her bed. Like he just died instantly. Like some of the powers, bro. Yes, they're dangerous as hell. I don't think it deserves the discrimination they get, but yeah, y'all should definitely. There needs to be some type of precaution because some of them powers are dangerous. Like imagine Cyclops just one day his eyes just start blasting everything in sight. You know?
The Sentinels have been packing them up, and I guess the spliff is straight gas. These robots are literally moving like this. We cut over to Moscow and a group of Sentinels pull up on some free mutants. They drill straight through the wall so everyone already knows. This is about to pop off. The mutants get straight to business. Blink is out here opening and closing portals like it's nothing. Bishop's blasting them with his energy and Iceman is freezing these fools solid. And at this point the mutants are up 20 in the first half. But here's the thing, Golden State were up 3-1 in the finals, and what happened?
Yep.
The Sentinels started
lost.
The one fighting Sunspot turns into ice, and the one fighting Iceman turns into fire. They're all connected, stealing powers on the fly.
Yeah, these niggas was clean. Them niggas was clean, bro.
Both Sentinels hit the Undertaker, straight choke out, but Iceman got it the worst. He got his neck snapped, then stepped on. Like we're not
That's
even
rough.
2 minutes into the movie and they did this guy the worst way. Colossus gets a 2-piece that sends him straight to Valhalla. Then Bishop and Kitty sprint into the room trying to go back in time to warn themselves. As Kitty's working on that time machine, the Sentinels finally figure out Blink's portal powers, putting a sword right through her back.
Woo!
Now there's only one left protecting the door.
Rip Shoddy, bro. Also, is there a comic design where the Sentinels actually look like this, or is this like one of those live action redesigns where they're scared of a comic book design, so they make it cooler so a casual audience would enjoy it more? Is it one of those? Because like for example, Wolverine never wore his original costume until Deadpool vs. Wolverine, because I'm 99% sure they were too scared of the original Wolverine outfit. They thought it looked too stupid for live action. And like they're like, oh, no one's gonna find it cool, so they didn't give him the original design. It's a combination of the smaller Sentinels and Nimrod. Okay, bet.
Right through her back.
I'd have to look that up.
Now there was only one left protecting the door, Warpath. And you can see it in his eyes. He knew he was cooked. Bro gets blasted right at the door, straight.
Hey, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do to that?
Down and make it through. And just in the nick of time, Kitty and Bishop get sent back.
You ain't gonna get these back.
So now we're in China in the present day and Charles finds them. The X-Men get off the jet and wait. Oh my god, is that?
Everybody and their mama had a crush on Halle Berry when they was younger. If you didn't, I don't know. You didn't have good taste, cause yo, she was something. She was something. Gotta stay focused though.
So yeah, Storm, Charles, Logan, and Magneto roll up. Their mission? Stop the invention of the Sentinels back in the 70s. Raven figures out Bolivar Trask was straight up killing mutants and using their gifts as weapons against them. It's 1973, post-Vietnam War, and she straight up tracks him down. She kills him and had that beam straight to his head. But here's the thing, killing Trask didn't stop the government. It just pushed them to take his mutant research more seriously. They captured her, tortured her, and experimented on her. And in her DNA they discovered the secrets of her powers, how she could evolve and adapt. Fast forward 50 years and that's how they created the first Sentinel.
Wow.
So you were just killing mutants for your research?
Of that I'm innocent.
But Trask, we got all the receipts.
I did not do it.
He definitely did that. So now Charles wants to go back
to
stop Raven from ever killing Trask. But Kitty tells him straight, if he went back that far, he would probably die. They needed someone else, someone from down under. Yeah, Logan. So they put him on the stone and everyone else protects the walls. Kitty flips the switch on the time machine and Logan's mind gets sent back to 1973. And my boy wakes up in bed with his boss's daughter.
This motherfucker don't miss.
No, he's fucking.
How'd he do that?
Motherfucker don't miss, man.
He gets up and gets changed, and then 3 dudes walk in. The girl dips out the room and they just start threatening Wolverine, talking about he shouldn't be messing with the boss's daughter. And Logan just like, hey, someone gotta give her. The claws come out, and it's funny because he was expecting the adamantium ones, but nah, this is the past. It's straight bones. They start lighting him up, but it's like per usual. He eats all those bullets like
Finger licking good, nigga.
They just seen the Holy Ghost. Mink, bow, backhand. This one here gets a claw right through the neck, and then this idiot shoots him again.
Damn.
Like we already been through this. Bullets don't work. He gets shanked through the shoulder. Logan grabs the car keys, and now there's 3 dead bodies in the hotel. Tough. And yeah, you already know it's the 70s. Everyone's dressed wild, mustaches, open button-up shirts with chest hair. They were on some shit back then. Anyways,
Nah, me with no drip whatsoever, bro. If there was any other era that you would live in within the 1900s, what would y'all choose, chat? Now, see, me, I'm a dark skin, so I can't go any time past 1970. But I would definitely choose I would definitely probably choose the 80s. 'Cause I used to be a big nerd for those old like game consoles and things like that. I would definitely love to be a kid during like the 80s and then like teenager 90s and then adult early 2000s. Or I'd be a kid 90s, teenager 2000s, and then I'd be an adult to 2010s. One of those two. But I think for a kid I'd probably go 80s though. I think I'd still go 80s, and then
Fine
teenager
child.
I'd pick 90s.
And where else would you look? The school for the gifted. Logan pulls up and something feels off. The signs on the ground, weeds everywhere. The place looks like it's damn near abandoned. The door opens and it's Hank McCoy. And this version of Wolverine has never seen Hank in human form. So my boy is shocked. Logan's like, wait, you're Beast? Hank starts acting clueless.
Now, right?
Logan's from the future. He forces his way inside trying to find Xavier, but Hank's not letting Wolverine roam around. So yeah, he gets minked in the face. And Hank did not like that. Bro transforms into the Beast real quick.
Tough. That's Lex, by the way. That's my nigga Lex, by the way.
They scrap for a bit, then Charles pulls up with a Johnny Walker in his hands, looking like he had a bender last night. Oh, and he's walking.
What the fuck?
Logan tells Charles he's from the future, and Charles didn't believe him, so he had to tell him some shit only he knows.
Who told you that?
He tells Charles that he came back to stop Raven because she's the one who sparks the fall of mutants. And at first, Charles wants nothing to do with it, especially when Logan says he gonna need Magneto's help as well. To Charles, that's like saying I want SGA to drop 30 points without going to the free throw line. Like, bro, that shit comes with the package.
Oh God, that's impossible.
Listen to me, little shit.
Now, why did he grab him like that?
That nigga was tight. Hold on.
Fuck off.
Listen to me, little
Nah, that nigga was tight. That nigga was tight. Hey, shout out Jose Luis Fuentes 8639. What's your opinion on Mordecai fumbling CJ? One of the worst fumbles I've ever seen in my goddamn life, bro. Mordecai was the greatest fumbler to ever fumble. Ever fumble. Don't even get me started on him. Oh my goodness. Don't even get me started. He fumbled CJ. He also fumbled, what's the girl name? What's shorty name? What was it? Margaret? Something like that? Fumbled both them niggas. Like, y'all remember that episode where he tried to kiss the bird, his little bird girlfriend, and he didn't have the gum? Breath smelled like straight Similac garbage doodle butter. Like, nah, bruh. Nah, that nigga was a generational fumble. He was a walking L, no flight. Bro, nigga was actually a waste of oxygen. Yo, Mordecai gotta be the greatest fumbler of all time. Not close. Not close. I gotta have a whole video on that nigga's fumbles, bro. Don't get me started on Mordecai, bro. That nigga was a walking L.
Raven,
walking L.
And on top of all that, all his students got drafted into the Vietnam War. Hank even created this serum for him, something to shut off his telepathic powers, and that was helping him cope a little bit, so he wouldn't have to relive the past every day. And yeah, it works. It heals the spinal damage and gives him his legs back, but at what cost? Charles was really going through it. Still though, he loved Raven way too much. They grew up together. That bond never left, and that's what finally makes him help Logan. So now they've got one last piece to grab, Eric. But here's the problem. Eric is locked under the most secured prison on the planet. 100 floors underground, nothing but concrete and sand. No metal at all. Because apparently he killed JFK. So the government pulled up with a few
God
choppers,
damn.
put him in a Nike Tech and locked his ass up.
Lock him up.
That's how it works, bro.
Lock him up.
Lock that nigga up, nigga. On God. Oh, yo. Shout out Goat Simba with another raid. 64. Shout out my dog Philly on Mars. I peep you there, Tin. I peep you there, twin. Hey, shout out to y'all. Shout out to Simba again with all the love, bro. You are the mother effing GOAT. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're here reacting to some X-Men. Tap in. And let's get back into it, bro. I appreciate y'all. Shout out to y'all for all the love. Shout out to Simba yet again.
Out of prison.
And shout out my Go Philly. Shout out my Go Philly on Mars. I've been seeing you grinding, twin. You the GOAT.
While all this is happening, Trask is in a Senate meeting with the US government trying to secure funding for his new robotic weapons, Sentinels, which he claims will stop mutants before they take over humanity. Trask frames it as natural selection. The most dominant species survives, adapts, and thrives, while everyone else gets pushed out the way and eventually wiped out. In his mind, humans either evolve to destroy them or they'll go extinct. But as we all know, he never does well in court. Anyways, we cut over to Saigon,
Literally,
to a
bro.
military camp with a bunch of mutants in quarantine. They all lined up ready to get shipped off to Trask Industries for testing. These might be the ugliest mutants I've ever seen.
Nigga, what the? Yo, why this nigga look like Alien Kai Cenat? Oh, hell no, bro. Yo, this Bila San at dreads, bro. Hold on. Oh, I'm roasting this nigga right now. Hold on. Where that nigga Bila San, bro? Nah. Watch this, chat. Hold on. I'm about to diss this nigga so bad. Hold on. Let me put my camera back too. I didn't mean to do that. There we go. Hold on. That nigga's so chopped.
Just got this reach.
Bro. My nigga got that Bila retwist, man. Hell no. No. Let me see. Where's like the really old Bila ones, bro? I need to catch it in one of these videos. One of these videos gonna have it. Gonna have his really old retwist, bro. Nah. Nigga said I'm looking like Zeph, man. Don't do me like that, bro. Hell no. Let me see. Where is his stuff? What video would have his thing locked? I'm getting this diss off on Bila right now. I'm getting this diss off on Bila. Let me see. He lucky I can't find a good picture. He's so lucky I can't find a good picture. This nigga's so lucky I can't find a good picture. I'm gonna just take a picture of this. I'm sending this to this nigga right now. Yo, hold on. Yeah. Oh my god, let's get back into it. Nah, that nigga shot in the mother effer, bro.
Nah, that's crazy.
Nah, I'm crying.
Yo, I don't even have to say much. Just look at him. But here's the twist. The guy running the place, yeah, he's not a real colonel. It's Mystique in disguise. As soon as she starts reading the paperwork, she realizes these mutants are about to be test objects, like animals. So she's like, nah, F that. Y'all going home. She switches back to her blue Navi form, pulls out the belt, and starts belting ass. One to the throat.
Just whooping
hit your
niggas.
ass back. Even he's like, damn. This dude tries rushing in only to get kicked in the jaw so hard. He completely turned around like someone called his name. But she wasn't done. She must have been watching Mighty Mouse before this because she pulls her arm by mid-air. Even Joe Rogan's impressed.
Dude, have any of y'all been put in an armbar, bro? I would never. Oh my goodness. Yo, I want to do MMA. I want to do like some fighting training this year. Cause I've been going to the gym for a good like 4 to 5 years, bro. I want to start doing some more stuff. I want to start going to like doing like actual like fight training. But yo, some of these moves I be seeing, man. Oh no, Slime.
Got them throwing up.
I don't know.
Some diddler ass powers. Raven was about to catch a body, but Lucas pops the soldier back, high key saving his life. And yeah, Raven was different now. At this particular time, she was moving like Vaughn. They all piled into the chopper and dipped, but not Raven. Her job wasn't finished.
Job's not finished. Job finished?
Charles, Hank, and Logan all pull up to Peter Maximoff's house. Yeah, Mr. Speedy Gonzalez. He was the key to breaking Eric out of prison, and he's childish, so they didn't really have to do much convincing to get him on board. So yeah, they all pull up to the Pentagon. Hank misses with the security cameras for a few seconds. Then Pete zooms into the elevator, jacks the guard for his uniform, and just like that, he slips inside. They were really out here
Love
giving
to see
Eric
it.
the Thailand
He
treatment. Like, look at his
skipped
number, 001. He's the only prisoner.
getting Quicksilver in the movie, by the way. That's one of my favorite scenes. I'm pretty sure he skipped that when they pulled up to his crib to try to recruit him for this.
The only one locked in this facility. Peter slides down a little note on the food saying, mind the glass, and then does the Barry Allen special. He breaks the glass and the alarms start going crazy.
And 20 guards will be here to shoot us.
I know.
Pete just grabs Eric by the neck, they zoom past everyone, had them all in the air, and when they get back in the elevator, he really taped this guy to the wall with duct tape?
You're a victim.
Meanwhile,
works,
Charles is
bro.
trying to evacuate the kitchen, but without his powers, Logan just realizes this guy's useless. So he's like, F that. He grabs the frying pan, smacks this dude right in the kneecap, one to the face, then tosses
Yeah,
this
this
guy
scene
right
101.
away.
This scene
Charles
one
opens the door, and
of
as soon as he sees
one.
Eric, mink! Yeah, he's been waiting a long time to do that. A bunch of guards storm the room and Eric tells Charles to freeze them, not realizing Charles doesn't have his powers. So Eric's like, fine, I'll do it myself. He starts lifting everything in the kitchen, about to wipe everyone out. And then Peter casually just puts on his headphones, slides his goggles on.
One of the coldest superhero scenes of all time, too. It's so weird because X-Men movies, their quality is so odd. This movie's one of the greatest in like the entire cinematic, like everything. And then there's some movies there that are just complete and utter garbage. This movie's one of the best. Like, this movie could go tit for tat with any top tier MCU movie, especially this scene right here. One of the greatest superhero movie moments. Every Quicksilver moment in this series was incredible, bro. Love
one
this
of the
one.
most iconic speedster scenes ever.
Literally.
He's out here moving bullets, putting guards in positions to knock themselves out. And I mean, who doesn't love this scene? It's like the perfect way to see from his point of view. And yeah, just like that, everyone falls down, knocks themselves out, and they're free. Free at last.
Home free! Home free! Home free! Let go!
Nah, real life.
Yeah, we flip over to Paris and the Vietnamese general is turning up, drinking, and trying to crack a snow bunny. And yeah, he thought he found one. So yeah, they go to the back room, then Raven switches back to Natiri. And I guess the general was thrown off by the color. And shit, he must not know. There's something about the blue pum pum that we don't know about. That shit out here changing people's lives. Like for real, he had Jake Sully forgetting he's human, Spider thinking he's a real Navi, and the Colonel literally the biggest Navi hater. Even calling them blue monkeys. But after that new fire chick let him have some, nigga painted his face red and was ready to go to war about it. And listen, I'm just saying, if 1 + 1 is 2, shh. So Raven checks the general out with her feet, knocking him out cold. Then she takes the invitation letter, and yeah, it was up. Charles and Logan finally tell Eric what really happens in the future, and yeah, it turns out everything Eric ever fought for was true. He was right. So they all agree to stop Raven before she kills Trask. We cut to Trask giving a whole presentation showing off his new creations, the Sentinels. Then he pulls out this little scanner device that can detect mutants nearby. And guess what? That thing started beating immediately.
Why
Just
Brandon
like that,
coming
they
for
spot
me
out
in the
Raven.
chat? Yo, Brandon. Why you coming at me like, hold on, Katniss got all that? Where'd they show that?
They all the future. He takes the so and listen, I'm just saying, if 1 + 1 is 2, so Raven checks
Hey, Katniss is low-key. She low-key caked up right there.
out
Low-key
here
caked
changing
up.
people's lives. Like for real. He had Jake's
But nah, that is true. That blue milk, bro. What one of was go crazy? Well, I watched the whole Avatar trilogy recently. Dude, them niggas get one taste, abandoned their whole human lives. Yo, Jake be acting like he was never a human ever. It's actually absurd. This nigga too, he got with that one shorty in the third movie, act like he wasn't even a human no more. It's crazy, bro. That blue milk something. Yeah, might be on that blue milk. Might be something, bro. Who knows,
Then
bro?
he pulls out this little
They got something we don't know.
Take mutants nearby, and guess what? That thing
She got all that Drake May. Alright, bro. Chill on goat, bro. Chill on goat, bro.
Immediate.
Chill on my
Just
goat,
like
bro.
that, they spot out Raven. Everyone jumps her and tries to restrain her. But let's be real, that never works when it comes to her. Knee to the head, kick to the nuts, get him out of here. Stupid. And where do you think you're going? All the other generals quickly run out the
Goddamn.
room. They were like, F this, we got countries to
Yo,
run.
Mystique
Raven gets
always
his head
hoeing
and
something,
hits
bro.
him.
I
He
ain't
got
gonna
so
lie,
angry,
bro.
Puts this guy in a leg choke, and then she started hiding behind this fool so she doesn't get shot. But you know, my boy was taking too long to pull the trigger. So
Is
she's like,
Mystique ever a good person in the comics or the movies, bro? she ever on the right side of history? Mystique always doing some BS, bro. God damn. Yo, Mystique always doing something, bro.
If this jumped up
It's
and
crazy.
this guy right across the table. Even Trust was like, damn, that kick alone gonna have him wearing one of these for the rest of his life. Stryker loses her for a second, then boom, she slide tackles him and snatches his gun. And now Trust is cornered. She's about to pull the trigger, and of course, that's when everyone shows up, just in time. And this part is kind of wild. Logan went back 50 years for this exact moment. Like, am I tripping? Or if she pulled that trigger 1 second earlier, the whole trip would have been useless. They should have been there an hour early. But hey, time travel. Stryker pulls out the taser and drops Raven, but Eric just puts that taser right back to his throat. Had his ass on the ground shaking like a dead roach. But here's the thing, that dead roach ended up messing with Logan's head, giving him flashbacks of the past, them dark days. He collapses to the wall, then Eric grabs the gun, ready to end Raven right there. Because in his mind, if she dies, the Sentinels are never born. Raven gets up and hits the legs, but Eric pulls the trigger, and as soon as she jumps out the window, the bullet curves midair and hits her right in the leg. Classic Magneto, always messing everything.
Yeah, that's the definition of hoage, though. Oh, man. Oh, I gotta rewatch that.
Eric grabs the gun, ready to end Raven right there. Because in his mind, if she dies, the Sentinels are never born. Raven gets up and hits the legs, but Eric pulls the trigger, and as soon as she jumps out the window, the bullet curves midair.
Yo, Magneto, that nigga too funny, bro.
Magneto, always messing everything up. And at this exact moment, Logan snaps back to his usual self, the one who's actually living in this world. And now he's completely lost, bugging hard. He's like, how the hell did I get here? And who are you people? And that wasn't it. The future one was tripping on the stone as well. He even scratches Kitty right in the leg. Damn.
Ah, damn.
And while everyone was distracted, Trust was like, this will probably be a good time to go. And he gaps it through the door. Eric drops down while Raven is trying to disguise as the Jackson 5. But Eric wasn't letting her get away. He pulls her back using the bullet stuck inside her leg. Nah, this gotta be the worst pain imaginable. He rips the bullet right out. But just before he can do anything, Beast tackles him to the ground, picks him up and body slams him right into the water, then starts drowning Eric. And man, this gave me flashbacks of my older cousins doing this to me at the pools. That shit was really traumatizing. But now I'm like kind of way taller than them, so should I spin back?
Nigga, spin, yo. My cousins do this to me. That's a murder attempt, bro. I'm doing them breezy. Are you kidding me? I'm doing these niggas breezy.
Anyways, Magneto starts doing what Magneto does. He starts pulling all the metal towards him. And yeah, his powers are literally too OP. Raven gets out of there immediately. Then Eric pulls Hank off him. Had that boy crucified. He eats the police back looking for Raven. But I mean, she can turn into anyone, so she was gone. Logan finally snaps back to his future self, and now the whole incident is on every news channel. And that's
made
when
the situation worse.
And gives Trust exactly what he wanted. Full funding. Turns out Trust already had 8 Sentinel prototypes ready to go. Meanwhile, Eric is looking for Raven, but she finds him disguised as a homeless man. Having Raven's powers would be way too fun. You can just catch anyone lacking. I mean, if I had these powers, Lord knows what I would be doing.
Bro, if you had Mystique's powers, what you doing? What you doing with Mystique's powers, bro? Dude, I would be the most diabolical nigga on the freaking planet. Oh my goodness. Yo, I'm gonna be walking into TD Garden as Jason Tatum, getting free games. Yo, I'm gonna be walking into the slums as Mr. Beast, giving niggas cat. Yo, man. Man. Yo. Nigga said be the baddest bitch. Turn into a girl and goon. See, y'all thinking too small. Y'all thinking too small. You know what you can do? Y'all thinking too small. Bro, that's it? Y'all just think about gooning? Bro, y'all thinking too small. Bro, you can turn into whoever you want on the planet. Dude, anybody do me wrong, I'm doing the most greasiest thing ever with your face. Full force. Yo, a nigga do me dirty, I'm robbing a bank. I'm pulling down my shicey. I'm like, yes, it's me. Like, bro, dude, man. You could turn into the president. You could turn into a leader of another country. Do you know how much you could do with that? Imagine if I was, I don't know, freaking Putin. I was walking down the street. What could I accomplish with that, bro? How many buildings can I walk into if I was pretending to be somebody? Dude, y'all thinking too small, bro. You can take over the whole, you could real life take over the entire planet. With just acting, you could legitimately take over the entire planet.
She becomes the key figure in the fall of mutants. And this was the scariest part. Even though they didn't capture her, they already got her DNA from the blood on that bullet. And when Eric saw the forensics have that in their possession, he was not trying to wait. He wanted to strike now while the mutants still had the upper hand. Others make it back to the school and Charles starts losing his ability to walk again. The voices in his head started creeping back, but he didn't want that. Hank goes and grabs the serum, but Logan stops him. He's like, we don't need your legs. We need that mind. And I guess that was motivation, because Charles puts it back down. They carry him back to his office, open the closet, and there it is. The infamous wheelchair. Charles heads into Cerebro, the room that turns his mind into the worldwide radar. He hasn't been in there in years. Even the helmet's dusty. Charles puts the helmet on and instantly the voices hit. And it's way too loud. Too much. Had all the glass shattering. That thing dragged him back to a dark place. A place he never wanted to visit again. He rips the helmet off and says he can't do it. And that this was all a mistake. Then Logan steps in and tells him the truth. He was the one that was meant to go back in time. Logan only did it because Charles' body wouldn't survive the trip. Then Logan lets Charles look into his mind. And Charles sees everything. Logan's whole life, every war, every loss, every ounce of pain, all the way up to the present day. And that's when Charles meets his future self. Yeah, and his first thoughts was, damn, I really become Humpty Dumpty? The future Charles looks at him and was like, yo, stop being a pussy, yo. Lock in. Pain ain't that deep.
You be aight, nigga.
And just like that, Professor X was back. Charles finally finds Raven and starts speaking to her through random people in the crowd. But Raven is way too hard-headed. She's locked in, still determined to kill Trask. So Charles takes it a step further and peers right in front of her. Still nothing. She was determined, no talking her down. So they needed another angle. That's when Eric makes his move. He tracks down the train carrying the Sentinel prototypes and rips the metal rail straight out from under it. He pulls the metal towards him and uses it to infiltrate the Sentinels themselves. He sabotages them from the inside, turning their own bodies into weapons before they even realize what's happening. Right after that, Eric slides back into the Pentagon with ball bearings in his hand. He drops both these guards and this idiot tries to pick up the phone only to get... Eric opens the vault and there it is, the helmet.
Idiot, bro.
He grabs it, you already know, shit just got real. Back in the present day, the Sentinels finally find the X-Men, so Magneto had to step outside to help the others hold them off. And yeah, these Sentinels came deep.
Oh, hell no! That's hell no!
Charles, Logan, and Hank
So,
make it to
dude,
the
they came mob deep, nigga.
These new robots, talking about how they're about to serve humans and take down mutants. But after what Eric did to them, that plan is cooked. The Sentinels turn on and start lifting off. Charles finally locates Raven and freezes her right there, right as she's about to shoot Trask. He really out here making her play musical freeze. Let me go, Charles. Everything goes left. The Sentinels start firing into the crowd, people scatter, and it's total chaos. The president gets rushed down into the bunker, but it did not matter because Magneto pulls up with a whole stadium. And drops it right around the White House, cutting off everything coming in or out. And one of the
God damn!
Charles.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
We cut back to the future and Storm flips the weather instantly, crashing the Sentinel ships out the sky. And you know them, they adapt and start flying right to them. So she then strikes Bishop with lightning, Blink opens a portal, and then Bishop starts dropping the Sentinels like flies.
Future Sentinels up there in terms of top tier Marvel villains? Oh, for sure. Oh, you watch this movie, you feel them, they are beyond belief strong, bro. They're top tier.
Wow. Magneto then grabs
Only L that you'd give them is that they have no personality.
Plants it right in front of the Sentinel's flight path. Storm hits it with a little bit of lightning and then boom! That shit took out damn near all of them. Eric quickly stops the pieces from the explosion, but one of the pieces ended up stabbing him. I guess he was a little too slow, too old, too rusty. He pulls it out, then one of the Sentinels jumps from behind and puts one right through Aurora, killing her instantly.
Tough.
All of the fallen Sentinels start climbing back up. They threesome Bishop, giving him a little too much power for him to absorb, and then boom, he was gone. Eric was like, F this, and went back inside. Then these four had to hold it down. We jump back to the past and Logan tries running up on Eric like he must not know who this is. He starts dodging and weaving a few things only to get knocked out by a brick. Then Eric takes the metal bars out only to put them right through him. And then he starts twisting it right inside.
That's tough.
Oh man, like I can't even imagine the pain this guy's going through.
No,
like,
real
this
life.
gotta be the top 2 worst pains he's ever felt. Like, look at his face. This is the same face women make during childbirth. Magneto then lifts him up and was like, get the hell out of here, little nigga. Eric then pulls the bunker straight out the ground and turns all the cameras on and starts dropping bars about the future. He talks about why humans fear mutants and how he understands their fear. But then he tells all the mutants all around the world they don't need to hide anymore. Bro was ready to assassinate everyone in that box on live TV. Meanwhile, in the future, the Sentinels are violating the 4 mutants left. They double team Colossus and rip him right apart.
My
That
God.
boy into a 1-for-2. Warpath gets
My
his face
goodness.
completely fried. Sunspot was holding it down for a bit, but the Sentinels kept adapting. Look, he smacks the ground, then this one slices his arm
They
off.
was
He
real
tries
life
to fight back,
Maharaga. They was real life. Imagine an army of Maharagas coming after your race, man. Yo, this was so unfair, bruh.
Right
This was
through
so
his back.
unfair.
Blink was the only one left, but you can't win a fight with a defensive ass power. So they figure her out and put 3 swords in her. Now they're really running out of time. The Sentinels start blasting through the door. Iceman tries freezing it to hold them off, but time was not on their side. Raven pulls up disguised as the president on some kill me instead type timing. And as soon as Eric looks away, she whips out the gun and shoots him in the neck, then knocks his ass out cold. She turns back to finish Trask, but Charles just freezes everyone. He tells her she has the power to change the future, and I guess he still had faith in her. Back in the future, the Sentinels burn Iceman alive and finally break through the door, but then Raven drops the gun, and just like that, the future changes. The dark timeline, gone, like it never happened. Eric moves the medal on top of Charles, then everyone gets up and leaves, and Logan finally wakes up in a new timeline. The entire X-Men are alive, school is rebuilt, place is restored, and the only ones who actually know what went on is Logan and Charles.
Go. It's one of the greatest movies, bro. This movie's so good. I gotta cover this one day, man. I gotta cover this. Hey, like, comment, subscribe. I'm out, bro.